Hey race fans, as we get ready for another super weekend at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on some things that we learned during the Indianapolis 500 that we've changed with respect to getting into the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 400 coming up. As we know, and as many of you told us, and as we actually saw on race day for the Indianapolis 500, as we are starting to think through this post-Boston world and trying to make sure that our fan is safe as they come in and still allow them to bring coolers, we experienced a pretty significant backup at several of our gates, and we forced many of our fans to stand through lines that frankly were unacceptable. And we've spent really starting race day of the Indianapolis 500 that evening and even carrying over into the morning on Memorial Day, really trying to figure out how we ensure that that doesn't happen again to our fans. It's not fair to put you through that, and we've done everything we really can over the last several weeks to come up with a plan to make sure that we're getting you into the Indianapolis Motor Speedway while trying to keep you as safe as possible. So I wanted to give you a little bit of an update of some of the things that we've done and some of the things that you're going to notice. If you come in from the north end of the track at 25th in Georgetown, what we call gate number 9, behind turn 4, that's probably where you're going to notice the biggest change. You'll actually come through the gate before you're even checked, and then you'll get into what is almost like a Disney line feel where you walk through some turnstile-like lines to get to the gate. We think that's going to get you off of the street, get our folks off the street. It's going to help the flow along the street. In addition, there are going to be 4 ways you can get in. If you don't have a cooler and you don't have a bag, there'll be 2 express lanes. Just take those express lanes. Hopefully that gets you right through. There are also 2 lanes that will bring you in if you have coolers or you have backpacks. One of the things we're asking folks to do is bring just 1 cooler and 1 backpack per person. Folks were really good in May in terms of trying to make sure that they complied with the 18 by 14 by 14 cooler restrictions that we have. But what we did have is we had several people who brought multiple coolers per person. In fact, we had one person come in with 6 coolers that complied with the 18 by 14 by 14 rule. But if we have to look through multiple coolers and multiple bags per person, that's going to impact everybody. So what we're asking is 1 cooler and 1 bag per person is the limit. Keep it inside that 18 by 14 by 14, and we will check that as you come through. You'll also notice that we have more gates open. So we had 11 gates open during the Indianapolis 500. We're going to have 18 gates open during race day on Sunday for the Brickyard 400 itself. So you're going to see a lot more gates coming in. We're going to go from about 75 lanes inside those gates to 160 total lanes. And we're going to have staff that's almost doubling, going from 350 to 600 people that are going to be able to service folks as they come through and make sure they get through, that you all get through quicker. We've actually added a new gate. There's a new gate just on 16th Street, just east of the admin building that's brand new. We've taken some of our gates that typically you would only notice being open as you're leaving. We're going to also use those for ingress. You're going to notice new signage. We've got some signage above the gates, so they'll say the gate number. So as you're walking down Georgetown Road, for example, you'll be able to see where the next gates are. We're also going to have somebody on top of the penthouse area with a radio who's going to radio to 3 different locations along Georgetown Road. So if you kind of listen to the radio, we'll be trying to tell you if there are other gates maybe a couple hundred yards away that are easier to get you through. So we're going to try and disperse our traffic a little bit better as well. For those of you that come in through the Coke lot and you're going to buy a GA ticket on race day, those GA tickets can be purchased at the corner of 25th and Georgetown for this event instead of at the gate. So we're going to try and get some of that backup that we think was caused by people stopping to buy tickets at the gate. You can buy them right there at the corner and then just come on in. Still be able to buy tickets at the gate, but we're trying to encourage people to buy them there on the northwest corner of 25th and Georgetown if you're coming from that direction. So hopefully that's going to help you as well in terms of getting you in. The other thing we're encouraging people to do, we've got a concert at 9 o'clock in the morning on race day morning, so we're looking forward to that. Come on out early. The earlier you get here, the less likely you are to get caught in the lines. We're going to do everything we can to make those lines short and make sure that you don't stand there too long. But as we get closer to race time and as the masses get bigger, that's when you're going to experience the most wait. So anytime after 10 o'clock, it's going to get a little bit difficult for us. So if you can come in a little bit early, enjoy the free concert that comes along with your ticket, we're encouraging you to do that. Weather looks like it's going to be fantastic. One of the things we hear from you all every year is, man, it's awful hot in July. We're going to have maybe 75-degree temperatures. That's September, fall, Hoosier temperatures here. We're really excited about that. So come on out and enjoy a beautiful day. Enjoy some music early, and then obviously into race day. Friday and Saturday, same cooler restrictions for the Grand Am race and for the nationwide race, but I don't anticipate you're going to feel the same effect at the gates as you come in. Friday night's going to be awesome for those of you that are thinking about coming by here after work. You're going to have an international level of awesome drivers and awesome racing for a 3-hour race from 5:30 to 8:30, almost racing into the dark. So I think you'll begin to see some headlights from these cars running around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Ought to be an awesome sight. Encourage you to come attend that. Tony Kanaan, our defending winner of the Indianapolis 500, is going to run it. Got some other guys who have run IndyCar that will also participate in that event. It's a great value. It's a fantastic event. It's a GA ticket, so you just come in. You can sit anywhere in the facility you want. In fact, I'd encourage you to do that and move from location to location because it is an outstanding race, and seeing these cars on the road course is beautiful. So we have a lot of things in store for you. The one thing we want to make sure that we're doing is keeping you safe. So we're going to look at your coolers, we're going to look at your bags just to make sure that things are okay. We're going to get you through as quickly as possible, but we want to make sure that we're keeping you safe, and we're going to do everything we can to allow people to continue to bring coolers to this facility because we know that's part of the racing experience. So we just ask for a little bit of patience from our fans. If the delay tends to be 10 or 15 minutes, we're hoping that that's the longest anybody has to wait, but just please remember we're doing it for your safety, and we're doing it to make sure that you're allowed to bring coolers. A lot of facilities have quit with the coolers now, especially post-Boston. The Kentucky Derby obviously quit using them. We don't want to do that, but we're just going to need your cooperation. That's why we'd like people to try and come out early and just be patient as we get through the gates. Again, we've doubled staff, we've doubled the gates, we've more than doubled the lanes getting you in, so we think we've addressed a lot of the issues that we dealt with in May. Look forward to your feedback, how you felt after this event. This is our dry run for Indianapolis for next year, so we want to continue the feedback of our fans because that really is what makes this a better event, is making sure that each of you have had an opportunity to tell us what your experience is about, and we're going to do everything we can, like I said, to keep you safe, get you in here as quickly as possible, and put on a great show for you on race day. Look forward to seeing you this weekend. Give us a holler if you need anything.